Got that one cleaned up a little bit. Looks pretty good. Those will probably be for sale for before too long. Those literally, these tires and wheels have been on this car for 15 or more years probably, and they literally are like brand new. They've never been curbed or none of that stuff. The tires are still like brand new. They're not drywall cracked or anything like that because they've literally been in a garage for that long. But I was going to show you when you go to seam seal your car, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And don't get me wrong, I'm no expert on seam sealing, but just for you guys' information, that is not the way to do it. Okay, so just remember that's not the right way. Okay. Yeah, somebody used spray foam, pushed all down in those cracks and crevices. Literally. Yeah. And from what I understand, if water and moisture gets in there, that'll hold it in and that'll actually cause it to rust worse. Now, luckily for me, this car has literally sat inside for years and years and years. So I'm going to say the rust is probably not too bad on this car. Probably very minimal, actually, to be really honest with you. But, so, yeah, there you go. There's where they paneled it together. That's the original panel there. And then obviously that's the aftermarket panel, but there's a pop rivet you can see right there. The pop rivet right there. So literally that's how that's held on. And I have no doubt that this panel is probably really nice. It's really not. Why they did that, I have no freaking clue. Alright guys, I've been under this car 100 times in the last however many years probably. And it's funny is I never really noticed a lot of the things that I see now. You can see all, I mean they just filled everything in with Bondo. That's all Bondoed up underneath the wheel lip. Has air shocks on it, you can see here. They still work, but obviously this is super old technology. So yeah, when I mini tub this, I'll actually be cutting into that frame rail, I believe, right there, and then reboxing it in with 1/8 inch steel. And man, that's gonna make for a monster tire. Just getting these shocks out of there and moving them inboard with they'll be actually up under here, going up. And yeah, I'm replacing all these bushings with solid bushings, so that should help some. There's I need to cut all that back out. That was a pretty piss poor job I did there, but and somebody beat the snot out of this with a hammer to make something fit at some point. Don't know what. Yeah, so funny story about this stuff here. So when I first got this welder, however many years ago it's been, I didn't realize that and if you don't know this is important, if you can't figure out why you can't weld worth a crap, I didn't have gas. Well, when they come set up for non-gas, whatever it's called, if you're using like a flux core wire or whatever it's called. Anyway, so I welded everything for a long time with it in reverse polarity, and I thought, I can't weld. I mean, I'm the suckiest welder in the world. Finally one day, for whatever reason, I started looking at that, and I think even on the inside there it says, let's see. There's the dude that welds. Yeah, I think on the inside, somewhere in there, it talks about making sure you're in the right polarity. But yeah, it'll come backwards basically from what it is now, and you got to switch these two things around. And if you don't, your welds are going to look like crap. You're just never going to get a good weld. And I don't know where it says. I thought I could have swore I read in there somewhere it says be sure you check the plate. Maybe it's in the instruction manual book or whatever. But anyway, that's important. I learned the hard way, and as a result, really crappy welds. I mean, it's welded, but I'm gonna have to cut all that back out of there and redo it, and get it done right, because that was pretty bad. And then yeah, I had to put a patch there because it was rusted through, and you can see it's just crap, just absolute crap. So I ended up cutting that. I'll probably just put a floor whole piece in here maybe or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Anyway, they relocated the battery to the back. You can see it running all the way to the back. So yeah, I'm trying to kind of get an idea. I haven't told you guys yet. I've told some of the guys that I talked to on, texting back and forth and such. I went ahead and pulled the trigger and bought a whole narrowed forward 9-inch rear end, 4 of the mini tubs, the whole ass end of the car, 4-link suspension, all from DSE. Very expensive, but in my opinion and from what I can understand, I went through multiple forums and guys are like, man, if I had to do over, I'd go with DSE because the quality is awesome. I'm not saying any of the other ones aren't, but I thought, okay, I'm going to go with that 4-link and their mini tubs, so I might as well go ahead and go with the rest of it. So I bought their subframe connectors. I don't know what else I bought, but it come up to a pretty healthy chunk of change. But that stuff should be here, I'm hoping, this week. They got a special cut the rear end, and so yeah, look at that. Really, come on, man, are you kidding me? You can see the blue paint under there. It doesn't even look like it's been scuffed. They just bondoed right over the whole thing. I mean, just smeared the whole, it didn't even bother. Come on, man. That's just so piss poor. Okay. Anyway, you're probably tired of me bitching about how piss poor the work was. I'll fix it. So yeah, this is all going to be 4-linked, 9-inch. It's going to have Mosier axles. I haven't bought the center chunk for it yet. I'm looking right now to find a center chunk, but I'll probably do the True Track, which is basically a limited slip. I don't want to do a full locker because I'm not drag racing this car on a regular basis, so won't be doing that. So, okay, now you can see here, as I spin these wheels, they both spin the same direction. This is a full posi track rear end. It's got 373 gears in it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It works perfect. And it's got drum brakes on both sides. You can see I painted the drum deals. It's got new brakes on the inside, barely used. And I'm going to end up selling this, and it'll fit, obviously, a 67, 68 Camaro, probably perfect. What do you think a fair price on something like this would be? Also, I'm going to sell these wheels because I won't need them anymore. And I want to say these are probably 8s. I could be wrong, but I'd have to take them off to find out. But they're 15 by 8, and they got a 255 60 R15 on them. And you can see it's still got pretty good tread life left. And like I said, there's no cracks. They're BF Goodrich tires, radial TAs. But I'll probably go ahead and get rid of, I'm going to guess I'll probably sell all 4 of them. But kind of give me an idea of what you think this stuff's worth. I'm not trying to get rich, but I'm not trying to, give it away either. So I think these traction bars are spoken for right now. I think a guy wants these. Not sure what they're charging for those either, but I'm sure I can look them up and see. I don't know who these are made by, if they're Competition Engineering or I don't remember. I'll have to take them off and look. I'm sure they're stamped on there somewhere. Anyway, guys, I thought I'd make a quick video, kind of walk you underneath the car, what we're going to be doing here in the next week or two. I'm going to get right on this. I don't have anything else going at this time, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rear end out of this thing and get it set up to where I can start, doing my mini tub and all that kind of stuff. So I'll have to figure out where to put these pads so I'll stay out of the way. Probably have to put them up in here somewhere, and then maybe move that up a little bit. So I got the car on a lift backwards right now, but I thought, I'd like to rather have this much room to work, as to be standing up against that door over there. And plus here I'll be able to have this whole area. The guy that Daryl, for the last video that you guys saw, with the new shop, he has a, what are they called? Oh, come on, brain. Man, I hope I'm not the only guy that does this crap. Rotisserie. There's the word of the day, rotisserie. And I'm going to see if he'll let me borrow that rotisserie. I don't know that he's going to need it for a while, but I may try to borrow that to complete the underneath side of this and get it all, fixed up and everything. But I don't see any reason to put a whole new floor in this. It doesn't look that bad. There's a couple little spots where somebody did something stupid here. I don't know what that. It looks like somebody cut something there. But rest of it looks pretty good. No rust. Like I said, it's in pretty good shape, really. It's pretty much sat inside its whole life, so, or at least since I've had it. Not its whole life, obviously. But, man, look at that. That's huge. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to fix that yet. I mean, that door, I can't put the door in. It's like the rocker panel is pressed in, maybe, and it looks like it's bowed right here, so maybe that's the case. Look at here. Yeah, I may end up having to replace the rockers on this too to get those. And you can see here, that's supposed to be a line running down through there, and they filled it with filler, and you can see how it's cracking out. So yeah, you got to be careful filling lines and stuff with filler. If they'd have welded that shut, it probably would have been fine, but they didn't. So anyway, all right. Well, that's going to be it. I probably made this video way longer than I wanted to, straight off the bat. But thought I'd give you a little heads up. The DSC subframe connectors will be welded through the floorboard, basically from here, and they'll come up and get a hold of these here. I need to make sure this subframe is all lined up right, make sure everything's like it needs to be before I start welding stuff together. But there you go. And again, if you guys let me know what you think this 10-bolt Positrack 373 gears is worth. And you can see the tires, pretty good sized tires. I mean, those are, shoot, let's take a look. I bet they're probably at least 8 or 10 inches wide, probably. Yeah, bubble to bubble, they're about 11 inches wide. But the tread to tread's more like 10. So it's it's pretty fat. And you can see I still had, they didn't rub. This lip here, every so often, if you went over something real hard, would try to come down and catch the top of the tire here. But it was pretty rare. But yeah, I'm gonna be working this to get rid of that. But I gotta replace the whole freaking panel and all that. So yeah, look at that. I said I was gonna stop bitching about this, didn't I? I didn't. But pretty good to start with, I'd say. I'm gonna have more Bondo than anything. It's better than rust though, I guess. Bondo come right off. Rust, you gotta replace panels. And you can see here on this door, it's actually the way it needs to be. If I'm showing that right, versus that. So So I said, I don't know if that got pushed in at some point. That is a huge difference. So my guess is either somebody replaced the rockers and didn't do it right, or the car's been hit in the side here and pressed that in and they didn't fix it right. Not sure which. But anyway. All right, guys. We'll holler at you later.